This is the first of a few videos that you'll be using or referring to if you need them throughout the course of your assignment. They'll be all about Photoshop, how to use the different features of Photoshop, and as we move through the different videos they'll be showing you some of the more advanced features and tools that you might be using in your digital poster, movie poster that you'll be making for your assignment. Okay, so this video is in two parts. The first is to show you how to create a document at the right size and resolution that you need for your assignment. That's the first bit of the video. The second bit of the video is just going to show you where some of the main layout features are of the software. Okay, and they're called layer palettes. I'll talk about them in a second. So the first thing is to create a file. In Photoshop, files are called, or documents are called canvases. So I'll be referring to files or documents as canvases from now on. To create a new one, File New, or the keyboard shortcut, which I prefer using, is Command N. This is the preference window. I'm going to call this one example document. And the correct dimensions that we need for our assignment is under this presets drop down. We need to select international paper, and then we need to make sure that A4 is selected. If one of these other crazy cats is selected, then our assignment digital poster will be at the wrong size. So A4 is what you need. Make sure that 300 pixels per inch is selected and that the color mode is CMYK. If it isn't, then just select it from the drop down. Make sure that it's not grayscale or bitmap. That means that your artwork will be created in black and white and you won't be able to have any color in it. So it might be a bit stressful if you create a document with the wrong color mode. Then you might be wondering why you can't enable any colors. So CMYK. The resolution is set to 300 because you need it to be a pretty crisp image. We'll be asking some of you, hopefully a fair few of you in the class, to print out, and I'll do that for you, or Miss Vidal will do that for you, print out your artwork on an A4 size, perhaps a bit bigger for the Kappa art exhibition. So 300 pixels per inch will make sure that your artwork is nice and crisp and clear looking. So push OK, that'll create your document. I like to have my rulers enabled, these little things here on the top and then on the left, because that means I can drag out these things called guidelines so that I can make sure things are square or straight if I need them, and I can align different layers, which I'll explain later on, and snap them to those guidelines. And I'll just undo that. To turn on the rulers within your document, it's a simple keyboard shortcut of Command R. Alright, so Command R for that particular keyboard shortcut. So Command and R together. Turns the rulers on and turns the rulers off. Okay, so I like to leave them on. Another tool that we can use as we are creating our digital poster is another keyboard shortcut, which is pushing the F key. The F key will chuck in a grey background behind your artwork and remove any distractions like your desktop wallpaper or icons or other documents that you might have open in Photoshop, and it just lets you focus on your artwork. So that's pushing the F key, and the more times you push it, it'll change the screen mode a few different styles until it gets back to the original one with the floating taskbar. Alright, so that's the F key, and to turn on rulers, Command R. On the right hand side, this is the second part of the video now, number deuce, is these two, they're called palette windows that you need for your assignment. The first one is called the navigator window. That just allows you to drag around and navigate through your document. If you drag further to the left, it zooms out. You can see that happening on the left there on my canvas. And if you drag this little slider guide to the right, it'll zoom in. Alright, zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright. The percentage of your zoom, if you want to get back, you can manually set to 100%. Alright, or whatever percent you want, 50% for example, whatever. Just type it in and then it'll be set on to that zoom percentage. The second layers palette is, second window palette is this layers menu here. Alright, and the layers I'll explain further in a different video. You need to make sure if you have a little padlock at any point when you create artworks, if there's a padlock icon here, then double click on it to remove it. The padlock means that the layer is locked and cannot be edited with all of the tools in Photoshop. Some tools will work, some tools won't. If you ever see the padlock, just unlock it so that you're not limited in what you can do with that particular layer. Alright, so that's almost it for this video, showing you the layout of Photoshop with regard to the palette windows. The next video we'll be talking about this guy on the left here, all the tools here, how to use them. If at any point in your assignment you cannot see these layout windows of palette windows of layers and navigator, if they somehow disappear or you accidentally push this little arrow here and everything's minimized, you can't see it, the way to get everything back to normal is to go up to Window and either manually turn on layers again, alright, or I'm going to turn that off again, or go up to Window, and to get everything back where it should be, click on Default Workspace. Alright, and that puts everything back that we need for our assignment. Okay, so that's it for this video. See you later, ta-da, bye.